So this is my armor deck 2.0. So the obvious point is to get as many machine type monsters to level 4 onto the field as soon as possible, so that way you can exceed into some rank 4s obviously. And we have Infinity in here, so this is technically armored Infinity deck. We have 3 of the planetary. I can't believe I'm having trouble saying it. Planetary Knight. There you go. So you use him obviously to bring out Nova. Then you use Nova to bring out Cyber Dragon Infinity. You could also use Planet in order to summon Pleiades or Diamond. So those are some other good options. But any of your generic rank 4s you'll be able to summon. We have Psychic Armorhead, level 4, 0 attack, 500 defense. During your draw phase, you can add 1 armor monster from your deck to your hand instead of conducting your normal draw. During your standby phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon it in face-up attack position. This card is always treated as an armor card. Only 1 armor monster can attack per turn. If you control 2 or more armor monsters and 1 is selected as an attack target, you can change the target to another armor monster you control. It's kind of like a Patrician of Darkness, how you can redirect the attack. You get to control the attacks essentially. So as long as it's face up on your field during your draw phase, you can rota any of the armor pieces you want. And during your standby phase, it can come back like Treeborn Frog, but it doesn't matter if you have back row or another armor head on the field. So if you have all 3 in the graveyard, all 3 will special summon. So right there allows you to go into some instant rank 4 exceeds. We have Active Guard, level 4, 0 attack, 2500 defense. This card gains 500 defense for each armor monster you control. That would even include himself, so he would become a 3000 just by himself. But if you have extras, it gets higher and higher. If you would take battle damage, you can activate this card's effect. You take no damage this turn. If you use this effect, destroy this card during the end phase. This card is always treated as an armored card. Only 1 armor monster can attack per turn. If you control 2 or more armor monsters and 1 is selected as an attack target, you can change the attack target to another armor monster. Typically what you do is when your opponent tries to kill one of your weaker ones, you'll just redirect it to him, and that's just all the lows. Because you could make him into like, I've had him at 5,000 before, you know what I mean? So making somebody smash into a 5,000 wall is very, very fun. Big Bang Blow. This is a mighty card. It's level 4, 0 attack, 0 defense. While you control another armor monster, if this card is destroyed by battle, destroy all monsters on the field. Then inflict damage to both players by the total sum of the attack of all monsters destroyed by this effect. This card is always treated as an armor card. Only 1 armor monster can attack per turn. If you control 2 or more armor monsters and 1 is selected as an attack target, you can change the target to another armor monster you control. Something interesting, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, when you just use Big Bang Blow by himself, he actually still activates his ability. Even though the first line of this card's text says while you control, and oh okay, never mind. I thought it said while you control another armor monster, if this card's destroyed by battle, destroy it. No, it's worded while you control an armor monster, which is weird because it's like, why does it say that? That's weird, right? why not just say if this card is destroyed by battle, destroy all other monsters on the field. I mean, destroy all monsters on the field and inflict damage to both players equal to the sum of the attack of all monsters destroyed by this effect. This is a really powerful card. Just this alone can be splashed into like a whole bunch of decks. Jet Gauntlet. If this card destroys an opponent's monster, you can destroy both monsters at the start of the damage step. So, without applying damage calculation. So it's like Catastor, but with a self-destructing aspect to it. So it's a one-off. Alright. Only one armor monster can attack per turn. If you control 2 or more armor monsters and one is selected as a target, you can change the target to another armor monster you control. We have Overboost. Armor monsters you control can attack your opponent directly. This card is always treated as an armor card. Only one armor monster can attack per turn. If you control 2 or more armor monsters and one is selected as a attack target, you can change the target to another monster you control. So this is pretty good. The ability to attack directly is always good. The interesting thing is you notice they have 0 attacks. So how are you attacking and whatnot, right? So that's the interesting thing. What would be nice is if they create a card that will call, you know, it's kind of like old Jama Country. You switch the attack and defense of all armored monsters. That would be nice. So that way they all could have attack power, right? But anyway, Armored Gravitation. This is my jam right here. Activate only if you control a face-up psychic armor head. Special summon up to 4 level 4 or lower armor monsters with different names from your deck. Now it says different names. In every time I use it in the game, I'm able to get 3 3 psychic armor heads. You know what I mean? I'm able to grab 2 more and have 3 on the field, which is great for me because that just simplifies my combo. But it is interesting that it says with different names, but I'm able to get multiple copies of stuff with the same name. So if I want, I could get all 3 of the active active guards and have a really strong defense. But anyway, Machine Duplication. Obviously, they all have less than 500 attack, and I can special summon up to 2 cards with the same name as that monster from my deck. So obviously I'll summon any of these, Machine Dupe, get 2 more copies, and that allows me to overlay for a rank 4 that requires, well, mainly Planet Teller Knight, so I can use its effect of detaching 3 materials, so I can summon a level 5, a rank 5 Exceed monster that's not a number monster. Obviously Cyber Dragon Nova is one main target. It's like the main thing I want to do, so I can summon Cyber Dragon Infinity. But there are other options, obviously, but Cyber Dragon Infinity is the main one you're trying to go into. Galaxy Cyclone, target 1 set spell card on the field, destroy it. During your main phase, except the turn this card went to the graveyard, you can banish it from the graveyard to target 1 face-up spell or trap card and destroy it. MST, target 1 spell card on the field, destroy that target. Spell Shattering Arrow, destroy all face-up spell cards your opponent controls, deal 500 damage for each one. Mainly this is for Pendulum, but it could be useful against any other deck that uses field spells, a whole bunch of continuous spell cards, Crystal Beast, so on and so on. Phoenix Wing Blast, discard 1 card, then target 1 card your opponent controls, then place that target on top of the deck. This is good against monsters that can be destroyed by battle card effects. Or you just don't want monsters to go to graveyard because they'll get their effects, like the Shaddoll Fusions. They'll get their effects to add Shaddoll Fusion spell card back to the hand. And then of course by throwing something on top of your opponent's deck, it will gain you, will gain you an extra turn before they can get to their good cards, so you're able to slow your opponent down, so you'll get advantage over him because you're still drawing cards. Roll Decree help you shut down the floodgates, like Vanny's Emptiness and whatnot. Warning, Mirror Force, all that stuff. Red screen for defense. If you end up in a scenario where these monsters are in attack mode, for example, if Psychic Armorhead is face up in attack mode, you want to protect them. Even if none of these are in attack mode, they're mainly in defense. Obviously, this would be good in defense. It wouldn't matter. Defense is defense. Protect yourself long enough to make a comeback. Soul Charge, so that way, you know, you could just instantly go into some Exceed plays. The Bubble Chain. This is to help you get Psychic Armorhead to the graveyard faster, because it's very essential that he gets to the graveyard. That way he could come back, and then you can use his effect to add armor monsters to your hand. But typically, it's that you're trying to send multiple copies of Psychic Armorhead to the graveyard, so that way they can special at the same time, and then you can Exceed. 101, because he's good. If he would be destroyed by battle card effect, you detach material. You can detach 2 materials and take one of your opponent's special summon monsters that's in attack mode and equip it as a material. Wings, Castile, the Sky Blaster. Detach 1 material, target 1 monster, put it face down. Or detach 2 materials, target 1 face up card, shuffle it back into your opponent's deck. Very good against stuff that can't be destroyed by battle or card effect, or just to get something, or just to get rid of something, you know, get something out your way so you can attack directly for 2,000. Exciton Knight. Detach a material. Destroy all other cards on the field. Your opponent takes no damage for the rest of the turn. You can only activate this card effect if your opponent controls more cards than you. You can activate this during your main phase or your opponent's battle phase. The Gusto Emerald. Detach 1 material. You could target 3 monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them back into the deck, and draw a card. Or target 1 non-effect monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. I use it for the recycling effect of 3 monsters so I can draw a card. Gotta love those +1s. I mainly use it to recycle my, you know, Cyber Dragon Nova and my Infinity, so that I can resummon them if I, you know, for some reason Cyber Dragon Infinity gets defeated. I can just recycle them, recycle my Planetiller Knights, so I can use them to bring out stuff like Pleiades, Diamond, so forth and so forth. We got Constellar Ptolemy M7. When I run out of materials for Constellar Pleiades, I can summon M7, and then the following turn I can detach Pleiades, either put Constellar Pleiades back into the deck, or just recycle something else, like maybe, you know, recycle Nova and Infinity, whichever one is still in the grave, or a lot of times I recycle the Gusto Emerald, so that way I can use him to recycle everything else. Then we got Stellar Knight Delta Theros. He's good by himself. You know, he has a decent effect. Detach a material, destroy 1 card on the field. That's pretty good. But the main thing is he's a Teller Knight, and that's the main reason he's in there, because you're going to use him as a material for Planetiller Knight during the end phase. If you only use 2 monsters to make them during the end phase, you can attach a Teller Knight monster as a material, Delta Theros will be your main target for that. You could use Constellar Diamond for that as well. That way, during your opponent's turn, you can summon a Pleiades by Planetary Knight's effect, or you summon Nova, summon Cyber Dragon Nova during opponent's end phase with Planetary Knight's effect. So that way, in the following turn, you can go into Cyber Dragon Infinity. We got Diamond. You can go into Diamond. That's so cute. And let's see. Of course, Cyber Dragon. Constellar Knight Diamond. During your main phase 2, you can XYZ summon this card on top of a Teller Knight monster you control, and Planet Teller Knight is one. And then while this card has XYZ material, neither player can send cards from their deck to the graveyard, so no milling. And any cards that returns from the graveyard to the hand is banished during either player's turn. When an opponent's dark monster activates its effects, you can detach one material from this card, negate, and the activation destroys it. So that's really good against dark attribute decks. Pleiades. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach a material to bounce one card on the field back to their owner's hand. Cyber Dragon Nova. Once per turn, you can detach material from this card to special summon Cyber Dragon from the graveyard. There is none in this deck, so it doesn't matter. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can banish the Cyber Dragon from your hand, or face up Cyber Dragon monster on the field, on your side of the field, so you can gain 2100. There is none, so there's no need for that. If this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by your opponent's card effect, that would even include if they Horn of Heaven, Warning, whatever. You can special summon one machine type fusion monster from your extra deck. The fusion for that is Bobberoid, the ultimate battle machine, 4000. It can attack twice during the same battle phase. It cannot attack your opponent directly. After damage calculation, if this card destroys an opponent's monster, negate the monster's effects, including in the graveyard. If this card destroys a monster by battle, inflict 1000 damage. So that's awesome. Cyber Dragon Infinity, you can summon this on top of Cyber Dragon Nova you control as XYZ material. This card gains 200 attack for each XYZ material attached to it. Once per turn, you can target one face-up attack position monster on the field, that includes your own monsters, and attach it to Cyber Dragon Infinity as XYZ material. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated, you can detach one material from this card to negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. So this right here gives you your control aspect. And then of course, Planetary Knight, 2 or more level 4 monsters. Once per chain during either player's turn, you can detach 3 materials from this card and special summon from your extra that one monster that is 1 rank higher than this card, except a number monster, obviously a rank 5. By using this face-up card you control as XYZ material to special summon that monster, you can detach 7 XYZ material from this card, skip your opponent's next turn. During each end phase, you can attach 1 Teller Knight card from your extra deck to this card as XYZ material. So obviously, like I said, if you only use 2 monsters to make him, during your end phase, you can equip a Delta Theros or a Diamond. So that way, he will have 3 materials during your opponent's turn, and that way you can use his effect to summon, Diamond or Pleiades, Cyber Dragon Nova. And that's the end of the deck profile.